What if I told you that building lasting wealth doesn't require luck, or elite connections, or even a prestigious degree? There's another way, a deeper approach, a philosophy of life shared by one of the most influential thinkers of our time, Naval Ravikant. In this video, we're going to dive into his mindset, how he thinks about wealth, freedom, and happiness, and more importantly, how you can apply his principles, step by step, to transform your own life. Whether you're new to personal development or already deep into the journey, this video is for you. You're about to discover powerful, practical ideas that can shift the way you see money, success, and fulfillment forever. So if you're ready to break free from conventional thinking and build a life that's both rich and meaningful, stay with me until the end. And if this kind of content resonates with you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. It's free, it keeps this work going, and it ensures you don't miss future masterclasses that challenge your mindset and upgrade your life. Let's begin. Part 1. Naval Ravikant's definition of real wealth. When most people think of wealth, they picture a big paycheck, a fat bank account, maybe some real estate or a fancy car in the driveway. But Naval Ravikant, entrepreneur, angel investor, and modern philosopher, invites us to completely rethink that idea. To him, wealth isn't just about money. It's about freedom. Freedom to do what you want, when you want, with whoever you want. Freedom to live without being chained to a job, a boss, or a schedule you didn't choose. He puts it simply: seek wealth, not money or status. Wealth is having assets that earn while you sleep. That quote says it all. Wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about what you own, what you've created, that keeps generating value even when you're not working. A business, a piece of software, a book, even a YouTube channel. These are assets. They keep working even when you don't, and that's what real wealth is all about. The illusion of a secure job. Here's the trap. Most people settle for a stable 9-to-5. It feels safe. That steady paycheck every month seems like the responsible path. But what Naval reveals is this: that security is an illusion. When you trade your time for money, your income is capped. Your freedom is limited. And if you lose that job, you lose your only stream of income. This isn't real security. It's dependence. Dependence on a company, on a boss, on an economy you don't control. To break free, Naval says you need to build assets. Things that, once created, keep providing value long after the work is done. A business, a piece of software, a book, even a YouTube channel. These are assets. They keep working even when you don't. And that's what real wealth is all about. Why money alone isn't enough? Here's the thing. Making a lot of money doesn't mean you're truly wealthy. Imagine someone earning 6 figures, but working 16 hours a day, constantly stressed, with no time for their family or mental health. Is that person really free? Are they rich or just busy? True wealth is the combination of assets that earn without your presence and the freedom to design your life around what really matters to you: time, health, peace, purpose. So let me ask you this: what does wealth mean to you? Drop your definition in the comments. I'd love to hear how you see it. And if this vision of wealth resonates with you, do me a quick favor. Like this video. It helps more people find it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more deep, practical insights like this every day. And most importantly, start thinking about the assets you can build, not just the money you can earn. This is just the beginning. Part 2. The levers that build wealth. Now that we understand what wealth truly means, not just money, but freedom, the real question is, how do we build it? Naval Ravikant offers a powerful answer. We build wealth by using leverage. Give me a lever long enough and I'll move the world, Archimedes. Naval just replaced the rock with capital, code, and media. Let's break that down. The old game, trading time for money. Most people earn money the traditional way. They trade their time for a paycheck. But here's the problem. Your time is limited. You can't scale it. You can't multiply it. You only have 24 hours in a day. So if your income depends directly on your hours, you've already hit a ceiling. Leverage breaks that ceiling. It allows you to separate your input from your output, to multiply your value without multiplying your effort. Let's look at the 3 levers Naval says matter most. Leverage number 1, capital. Capital is money you invest to make more money. It could be real estate, stocks, a business, anything that generates returns over time. But capital isn't magic. It works if you understand risk, if you invest wisely, and most importantly, if you think long-term. That's where compound interest comes in. You don't get rich overnight, but with consistency, your assets begin to grow like a snowball rolling downhill. The earlier you start, the more powerful it becomes. Think of capital as your silent employee. It works 24/7. No sleep, no complaints, just results if you manage it wisely. Leverage number 2 is code, and it's one of the most scalable forms of leverage in the digital age. Code lets you build things that can serve millions while costing you almost nothing to reproduce. Think of an app, a tool, a piece of software. You build it once and it can run forever. You don't need to be there. The code does the work. Naval calls this permissionless leverage. No gatekeepers, no one to ask. If you can build, you're free. Even if you're not a developer, you can collaborate with one. Build tools, automate systems, create products. This is digital leverage, and it's one of the most powerful paths to freedom. The third type of leverage is media, and you're experiencing it right now. YouTube, podcasts, writing, social media. Media allows you to share your ideas, your story, your knowledge once and reach people across the world forever. This video, for example, could continue helping people years after it's published. That's asymmetric effort. That's media leverage. And today, anyone can access it. You don't need to ask permission. You just need the courage to create. You don't need to be famous. You just need to be consistent, useful, and real. Stop selling time. Here's the truth Naval keeps repeating. You're not going to get rich renting out your time. Your time is too precious, too limited. It's not scalable. Real wealth comes when you stop selling hours and start building leverage. Whether that's capital investments, software tools, or valuable content, the goal is the same. Make money while you sleep. Specific knowledge beats competition. In a competitive world, being better isn't enough. Escape competition through authenticity. Naval says the real edge isn't about being faster or smarter. It's about being unique. Develop specific knowledge, the kind that can't be taught easily, copied quickly, or outsourced cheaply. Something that's you, your mix of talents, experiences, and obsessions. Then, combine that knowledge with leverage, and you become unstoppable. Naval's golden advice. Play long-term games with long-term people. Learn to sell, learn to build. If you can do both, you will be unstoppable. Let that sink in. Don't chase quick wins. Build with people who are thinking long-term. If you can create, build, and persuade, sell, the world is wide open to you. Real-world examples. Elon Musk uses code and capital to build high-leverage companies like Tesla and SpaceX. He's not trading time, he's building scalable systems. Content creators use media. One video or podcast can touch millions, creating income, impact, and influence. Entrepreneurs who systematize and automate are using all three levers: capital, code, and media, to build empires that run without them. This is what it looks like to escape the time for money trap. If you understand the importance of using leverage in your life, share this video with someone who absolutely needs to understand this. Part 3. How to build wealth in practice. Alright, so we've clarified what real wealth means, and we've looked at the levers Naval recommends to create it. But now, it's time to get practical. Because understanding is good, but building is better. 1. Develop rare and specific skills. Naval often says wealth comes to those who cultivate skills that are rare, hard to copy, and deeply aligned with their personality. You will get rich by giving society what it wants, but doesn't yet know how to get at scale. In other words, don't just chase what everyone else is doing. Focus on becoming exceptional in a field that suits you. Mix your talents, passions, and what the world needs. That's where you become irreplaceable. Love writing? Learn copywriting. Tech savvy? Dive into coding. Passionate about teaching? Start a YouTube channel. Want to help others grow? Train in coaching. Whatever you choose, dig deep, stay consistent, and be original. 2. Invest in your personal brand. Today, your reputation is an asset. The more you build your personal brand, the more visible, credible, and free you become. Creating online content, whether it's a newsletter, YouTube, podcast, or LinkedIn posts, helps you build attention capital. And in today's economy, attention is one of the most valuable currencies. A post that solves a problem, a video that brings clarity, a thread that sparks reflection. Each of these is a brick you lay every day toward your freedom. 4. Play the long game. But remember, Naval stresses patience. None of this happens in weeks. Not wealth, not skill, not an audience. Play long-term games with long-term people. Simply put, think years, not weeks. Consistency, repetition, and continuous improvement build real wealth. A YouTuber posting weekly for 3 years eventually dominates their niche. A developer coding daily for 5 years builds tools others pay to use. The game is simple. Work hard now to build something that works for you later. 5. Learn how to learn. Naval drives home another key point. You must learn to learn. Read what you love until you love to read. Reading isn't a chore, it's a weapon. When you read, you download the knowledge of brilliant minds straight into your brain. The more you read, the faster you learn. This is meta-learning, the ability to learn faster than others. Learn to filter the right sources. Learn to synthesize. Learn to apply. Information is everywhere, but those who know how to use it make all the difference. Now it's your turn. What rare skill will you start developing today? Write it down in the comments. Set your intention. Make it real. And if you want to keep feeding your mind with masterclasses like this every day, subscribe now and hit the notification bell to stay updated. This is just the beginning. You're on the path, and that path is yours. Part 4. Naval Ravikant's take on happiness. So far, we've talked about wealth, leverage, and financial freedom. But what's the point of being rich if you're constantly stressed, anxious, or unhappy? Naval Ravikant doesn't separate wealth and happiness. For him, true success means being both wealthy and at peace with yourself. And here's the key. Happiness isn't luck or something fate just hands you. Happiness is a skill, something you can learn and practice just like any other craft. Happiness is a skill. Quote, "Happiness is a choice and a skill. You can choose to be happy and then work at it." Naval explains that happiness isn't just what you feel when everything is going well. It's what you feel even when things aren't perfect. It's an inner state, a way of being that doesn't depend on outside circumstances. And like any skill, it takes daily practice. Meditation, training the mind. One of Naval's favorite tools to cultivate happiness is meditation. Not in a religious or mystical sense, simply sitting quietly, observing your breath without distractions. Quote, "The ability to be happy is actually present in every single moment, if you're not thinking about the past or the future." End quote. The more you train yourself to be fully present, the more you create an inner space of calm, a creative emptiness, a powerful silence. Naval meditates daily, sometimes for an hour straight, not to become Zen, but to quiet the mental noise and regain control of his inner world. Desire is a source of suffering. Quote, "Desire is a contract you make with yourself to be unhappy until you get what you want." End quote. This is a powerful reminder. Every time you say, "I'll be happy when," you're programming yourself to be unhappy right now. The problem isn't having goals. The problem is tying your happiness to achieving them. Naval teaches us to desire without attachment, to chase ambitions without losing inner peace. This is the art of detachment. Social comparison, the modern poison. One of the biggest sources of dissatisfaction today is constant comparison. On social media, we see people succeeding, traveling, buying luxury cars, living perfect lives. But Naval reminds us of a simple truth. Comparison is the enemy of happiness. Quote, "Envy is the enemy of happiness." It's not your own life that makes you unhappy, but what you think others have that you don't. To be happy, you need to learn to close certain windows. Refocus on yourself, your path. Stop chasing appearances and start nurturing what truly matters. Practical tips to cultivate happiness. Take 5 minutes each morning to breathe without your phone. Write down 3 positive things from your day before bed. Ask yourself, what if I didn't have to prove anything to anyone? Delete an app that fuels comparison. Replace "I have to" with "I'm lucky to." These small daily actions shift your inner landscape. They help you step away from the noise and reconnect with yourself. If you want to nurture this inner calm, that priceless peace no amount of money can buy, like this video. And share in the comments, quote, "What's holding you back from being fully happy today?" We're here to grow together, without judgment, with kindness. If this message speaks to you, subscribe to the channel, because here we don't just talk success, we talk peace, depth, and what it really means to live well. We've just walked together along the path that Naval Ravikant lays out. It's not a path promising easy riches, but real wealth. Not a fleeting illusion of happiness, but lasting peace. What you've just discovered isn't just another theory, it's a life philosophy. A fresh way to think, to see the world, and to see yourself. Key takeaways. True wealth is freedom, not just money. Build assets, don't just trade your time. Use the levers of capital, code, or media to create value at scale. Develop rare skills, play the long game, and master the art of learning. And most importantly, never sacrifice your happiness on the altar of success. Happiness is a practice, a daily discipline of the mind. So, what now? Here's the real question. What will you do with what you've just learned? Because at this moment you have two choices. Close this video, move on, and carry on living as before. Or decide this might be the moment everything starts to change. The moment you take control. The moment you become the creator of your own life. If this video brought you clarity, inspiration, or even just a little spark inside, like the video, it helps me a lot with visibility. Subscribe to get deep, practical masterclasses every day. Hit the notification bell to stay updated. Share this video with someone who needs to hear these ideas. It could truly change their path. Thank you for listening all the way through. You're part of the rare few who seek to understand, to grow, to become better. And that alone is the start of transformation. I wish you the kind of wealth that truly fits you. And above all, never forget that happiness isn't something for tomorrow. It's something you can choose right now. See you soon in the next masterclass right here on Deep Life Lessons.